Show me the money, we've got it right here.
Miami!
Nappy!
Yes, and say, thank you very much. All lived up.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Go Pickler and Ben! Right?
Let's do this, man.
Showtime! Showtime! Woo! Up next, we're going to the MGM suite. We're going to meet Judge Lauren Lake and Judge Gino. Stay tuned. With us now is Lauren Lake. Welcome to the show. How are you?
It's great to be here. I am fantastic.
Now, have you been to NATPE before?
I have. When Paternity Court first launched, gosh, that's almost 6 years ago, I came out, and I feel so incredibly blessed to be back. 6 seasons later, heading into number 7, I couldn't be more excited.
And Emmy nominated, syndicated. Your journey with this particular brand has been wonderful, but you've had a long-standing career doing many things in the arts, singing. So can we talk a little bit about the background about Lauren, and then we'll talk a little bit about the show.
Sure. I started off as a professional background singer. It was one of the ways I helped pay my way through law school. I sang background on the weekends. I sang it all. Weddings, funerals, it doesn't matter. I would sing it. That led to me then being a background singer for many multi-platinum acts. I've sang background for Mary J. Blige, for Puff Daddy, Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, a lot of people. And simultaneously taking the bar exam, becoming an attorney. And it's been a lovely life of arts and also the law. And so in many ways, Paternity Court is the perfect combination of all that I have done throughout my career.
And when you were growing up, was there somebody that mentored you along the way, somebody that like really truly made a difference in guiding you?
I'm going to be honest with you. I was such a weird little child, and people didn't understand me, but I'm thankful to my parents who always let me live outside the box. I was just that little kid that always had so many ideas of what I wanted to do, and they never told me I couldn't do it. They just let me experience it, and because of that, I've adopted what I call a limitless approach to life, meaning I do not live in the box. I just live outside the box. I try to mentally, emotionally, professionally, and I think it has served me because it's allowed me to connect with people, because I think ultimately all people want to break out of the things that they feel confine them in this life. We just have one life to live. I always say this ain't no dress rehearsal. We live now. So this limitless approach to life and the fact that my parents believed in me and supported me through my journey is really what helped me get here.
I have to agree. It's funny because I remember my mom, anytime I would do something at school, I could almost hear her, say, "That's my baby." You know what I mean? Like you could almost.
That's what I say to my son of the day. That's my baby. I say it all the time. But you know what? That's an acknowledgement that you don't understand until you're older. But you know what I mean? No matter how zany I was, one day I'm singing, one day I'm dancing, one day I'm redesigning my room, drawing on the walls, whatever I was doing, I was still their baby. And that gives you a level of confidence as a child to just experience life as it comes in the way you choose. And that's powerful.
I think that's also what makes you so powerful, and what it is that you're doing now is, it's amazing. I watch your show. I love your show. It's that you almost want to gift them with the childhood you were lucky enough and blessed enough to have. And it's almost like I watch you and I say, she's just trying to help them figure it out, right?
Yes. No, it really is true. And people come to me and I feel, they call me Your Honor, but I always say it is my honor that you feel so comfortable with me that you will shed your secrets and your shame with me, that you're willing to tell me the things that you maybe haven't told anyone else. That's important, and I take that seriously. And I say it too. People say to me, "Oh, well, you have your father. You have such a great relationship with your father." I am a complete daddy's girl. And yet, the reason why I'm so compassionate and I have so much empathy for the people who come on my show is because I know what they're missing. When they tell me they don't have their dad, or they don't know their dad, or they want the love of a father, or they feel like a big puzzle piece is missing in their life because they don't have their dad, I think about what my life would be without my father. I mean, I was very close to my mother as well, but what my life would be without my father, I can't imagine it. And that's why I go so hard for people, and I try to be a voice for the voiceless and say, no, they deserve to know this because it's such an important relationship in life.
I agree. And from the audience perspective, we're watching and we're there with you. We're almost like cheerleading for you. We're like, okay, we know you can help this family. We know that there's an answer here. We know that there's a solution. And then, it always has like a resounding. And sometimes no matter what it is, at least the truth kind of gives somebody that peace of mind.
That's it. I can't always give them the answer they need. We're dealing with real people, real drama, real situations, and it doesn't always wrap up nicely in a Tiffany box. I always tell people that's not life. Some days you come wanting one answer and you get the other, but at least you get the truth. And that is more than you came in with. You came in with confusion, you came in with shame, you came in with guilt, you came in with doubt, you came in with the feeling that your life isn't going in the way that you want it to. The truth is always the right path to step on. And that's what we try to give them every day in paternity court.
Lovely. And to prepare, like when you're backstage, do you like sing scales? Do you like dance afterwards? Or,
It's so funny. Well, the first thing we do before we start every show, and we do my entire staff backstage, we have a prayer. Because I really do understand that people are coming here and wanting really serious answers. And this is not, I always say there's no small claims in my courtroom. This is serious business. And so one of the other things we do is we play music. I often sing with my glam fam, I call them, before stage. And then, I used to have a design show on HGTV. Yes. And so for me, being creative is a way to express myself. So before I shoot, you can find me in my dress room all the time, moving pictures around or moving a vase, saying, oh, that picture needs to go a little higher. Anything creative kind of just gets my juices flowing so that I can give my best to my families. Yes.
And now, are there friends that you still have that you knew from childhood that like they call you for the holidays or you see them still?
Absolutely. I'm from Detroit. Every time I go home, I see friends from childhood. People call me, text me, email me. People tell me they're late for work because they need to know who the father is, and they couldn't leave the show until they found out who's the father. How many times have people called to say, girl, I am late for work. Now you're going to have to tell me who the father is because I'm going to be late for work messing with you. And it's that all the time. So yeah, I'm still very close to many of my childhood friends and go back to Detroit often.
Excellent. Well, you are so wonderful and so lovely. I thank you for spending a little time with us here in the beautiful MGM suite. I mean, it's MGM, right?
It's MGM, none other.
Love them. Stay tuned for more on Live It Up. I'm Donna Drake. We've been visiting with Lauren Lake. With us now on Live It Up and the Donna Drake Show, it is Judge Gino. Welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm doing really well. Thanks for having me.
Good. So we just got to meet in the MGM suite. So exciting to be here at NATP. And have you been here before to the show?
I've never been to NATP, so this is the first time for me. I'm pretty excited about it.
Excellent. Congratulations. We were talking about the fact that you are the youngest of 11. What was that like growing up in your family?
Well, I never knew anything but fun. My brothers always made sure I had a really interesting summer, sometimes dangerous, probably illegal, but definitely a lot of fun.
And your journey in education, you said public school growing up, and then what was your journey like that?
Well, I went from public school in Northeast Ohio to Oberlin College on the west side of Cleveland, and then from there to law school at Indiana University in Bloomington.
And how did you pay for that? How did you get to go to college?
That's a great question because I didn't have any money. But fortunately, I was able to tackle people on Saturday afternoons, so that's how I paid for college. Football paid for me.
Lovely.
And then law school, I took out loans, and I did what it took to get there.
Now you're a TV host. And I said to you, well, is that something that you aspired to? But not exactly, right? So tell us about that journey.
Certainly didn't aspire to it. It like a lot of my fortunes, it kind of fell in my lap. It's a great fit for me because I'm a people person. I love people. I love to talk. I love to share with people. But this is something I did not anticipate. But it's here, and I'm really excited about it.
And how do you prepare each day before you go on set? Is there like a certain tradition that you have, like a little behind-the-scenes story you want to share?
Well, first I get up and exercise because I got to get my blood flowing. Secondly, I'm a person of gratitude. One of the things I try to do is always take inventory of the good things that are happening. And that starts the day off right. And then I keep reminding myself that this is fun. This is entertainment. This ought to be something that I ought to be exhausted, but the happiest guy in the world at the end of the day.
Now, these court cases are pretty intense. The money that's transactions are like huge. Big dollars are going on in this show. Can you tell us a little bit about the show?
Well, this show is really unique, partly because it brings in a certain professional expertise with doctors and experts, but it also is not a puppy-stained carpet kind of show. It's the kind of things that hits people in the viscera. It gets their emotions involved. When you see horrible injuries to a child or a huge award or whatever the personal injury case is, it's something that gets attention. This show will really grab people.
It's about true justice.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And the outcomes can be unpredictable because in every one of these shows, it could go either way, depending on how the evidence plays out. And that's the challenge for me, but a very happy challenge.
Yeah. You're right. Evidence is important. Have you ever, I've witnessed, even car accidents sometimes, and I'm always the person that will stop and at least make sure everybody's okay, or you call 911, or you make sure that you give them your name, because a lot of times horrible things happen and nobody takes the time to be there for somebody else. So the evidence really does play a part in the show.
Oh, it does. It hooks people in, but the beauty of this show is it grabs what's common to people, Good or bad, people slow down when they see a car accident, partly to make sure everybody's okay, but there's a little bit of a gorish kind of attraction to it. And this appeals to that, but in a very dignified way. People end up in bad situations, but folks want to watch it, and they want to see that the world is just. And that's the beauty of the show.
You alluded to the fact that you live in the same land I do, which is the land of serendipity, where magical things happen to you all the time. Can you give us maybe one or two examples of special things that have happened in your journey?
Well, for example, I was appointed to the bench at the age of 34. And there were 60 plus people on the list. Many people, if you look at the credentials, their experience and preparedness, they were better candidates than me. I still today marvel that the governor appointed this boy from Ohio,
Did you sing, "Here comes the judge, here comes the judge"?
Not
No?
yet. At that time, it frankly was as numbing as this experience. Because it wasn't something I stumbled into. I was talking to a couple of lawyers at a party telling them, if I'm ever the judge, here's what I would do. Well, then kind of word spread, and before I knew it, the governor got wind of it, and there I was at 34. My whole life has been that way. To see my just got out of prison good looks up on that billboard, it's...
That is a big, right? See your face.
Man.
Wait till you start seeing it on gigantic billboards in Times Square, right?
I'm going to get threats. Take it down. Take it down. But no, it really is a whirlwind for me. And a bunch of things that are so comforting about it. All of the people who have touched me through this TV experience have been some of the nicest folks I've ever met. And I kept saying to myself, what's the catch here? What's going on? I realize I'm surrounded by people who are very, very happy, people who love what they do, and I want to be that person. I want to have fun and love what I do.
Judge Gino, it's so nice to sit here and visit with you.
Thanks for spending time.
Wishing you all the best of luck and happy journeys to you. And you know what? Maybe, hopefully I'll be on the other side of the bench with you. I don't ever want to be in front of you. Stay tuned for more on Live It Up. We've been having a great time here at the MGM Studios Suite at NATB.